Usually I should wait.
Already taken Spanish?
I took Spanish in middle school, so I wasn't sure like what the language requirements were coming into this.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that Liz is going to spend some time talking about that. And I know there are a number of different ways in which the language requirements can be satisfied. So that'll certainly be part of the conversation. Are there questions, coming into this that you have that you want to make sure that we address?
Personally, no. I was just here to kind of listen and get a more thorough introduction to the program.
Okay, great. Well, that's what it's about. So I guess we'll get started shortly. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for getting here on time, everyone. We're going to give it maybe 1 or 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. So just bear with us. Thanks.
Have any, Liz, have any folks in your circle had the opportunity to get their vaccine?
I've got my first one. My daughter got her first one.
Awesome.
Pretty much my whole family that's here in Charlottesville has gotten at least one. My son got COVID up in DC, Maryland, but just had loss of smell.
Okay.
And so once the 3 months have passed or whenever they let him get his, he'll get his. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, that sounds good. I'm glad to hear that. Your son, I mean, is he recovering?
He only lost his sense of smell and taste. He had no other.
Is that coming
tested
back?
positive? Like he found out he was positive doing a 30-mile hike from where he lives in right near the Pentagon. He walks to Mount Vernon and back. Like he's been fine. So
one of my colleagues in material science got COVID and lost his sense of smell, and it's been very, very slow, recovering it. He still mistakes smells. Like he was telling me that they were barbecuing, I don't know, one of these great weather days, and it was sickening. And it's hard to imagine. I mean, we all love the smell of barbecue, and he said it was almost sickening to him.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, James just can't smell anyone. But... And my daughter works, her business is accessibility, travel accessibility related, but they also do consulting and.
I've met her.
Yeah. Oh, right, you've worked with. But so they went to the new site at the JCPenney, which she said is pretty impressive. So
cool.
No more tent in the Kmart parking lot.
Yeah.
All right, well, it looks like we have about 16 of us are on right now. 5:03. I've shut down the email, so let's get started.
Okay, well, it's great to have all of you. My role is really kind of a formality. The real experts are Maya Drake and Liz Wellbeloved. My name's Dana Elzy. I'm the Director of Engineering International Programs, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this information session on the semester program in Valencia, Spain. This program is among UVA's oldest and really most well-developed education abroad opportunities, but it's only recently that it's become such a great opportunity for students in the School of Engineering. The original idea was to focus on the third semester, in other words, the first semester of your second year. So if you're currently a first-year student, you're thinking about providing that things work out the way we hope they will, and we'll be able to go abroad in fall of this year. then that's really what the program was originally conceived for, to allow you to put together a semester of math and science and engineering courses, along with at least one required course in Spanish that's taught in Spanish. So it's typically Spanish language at whatever level you are, but there are a lot of other opportunities, especially if you're an upper level Spanish speaker. That opens all kinds of opportunities to take other Spanish courses. But that's the idea. These are one of the things that makes this program really special, other than that it's Valencia, is that the courses are not transfer credit. These are direct credit. So all of the courses that you take are, go directly to your transcript, your GPA. They are UVA courses, and the Spanish professors that are teaching these engineering and science and math courses at the Polytechnic University in Valencia are excellent, and they really enjoy what they're doing. They're teaching these courses in English, but they are UVA courses. They're using our syllabi, our textbooks. When you come back from your semester in Valencia, you plug right back into your UVA program. So these courses work as prerequisites, just as though you had taken them, on grounds. So it's a great program. It's one of the most wonderful places in the world. And I know you're going to learn a lot tonight. So thanks for attending. And I know that we'll have time for questions. So as questions arise, probably you can either interrupt or enter your question into the chat, and we'll be sure to address those before we let you go. All right, then Maya, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself briefly. Maya Drake, and I am an advisor for Engineering International Programs Office. So if after this event, if you have any questions or are trying to figure out, can I do this? Can I go away for a semester? And is it possible to go my third year if I can't go on my second year? Please feel free to reach out and make an appointment with me. Okay. And Liz, she is the assistant director of the program. And so she is really the expert, and she's lived there and worked there. She's she will share with you everything about the program. Thanks, Liz, for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So again, I am Liz Well-Beloved. I have been working with the program as the assistant director since May of 2000. And I also am an alum of the program. I spent my whole third year when I was an undergrad on the program studying Spanish. My son spent a year there. My daughter spent a semester there. So it's very much in my blood and in my bones. And I'm excited to work with you and hopefully give you the experience of living in what was recently ranked the world's healthiest city. So here we go. Okay, so as we've mentioned, this was built as a program geared toward your fall of your second year. We've added spring. We were hoping to run it this spring, which obviously didn't happen, but there seemed to be enough interest, and knowing that some people feel like they really want to be on grounds in the fall, we're going to offer spring again this year. There are a few classes offered in spring that are different, and I'll show you that list in a minute. As Professor Elsie said, these are UVA credits, so there's no transfer credit process you have to go through. We have our own center with our full-time staff. That's where you would take your Spanish course. That would be sort of your home base for activities, getting help with setting up your cell phone, asking for recommendations on what you can do during the weekend. So you will have a home base that is UVA in Valencia. Engineering courses are taught at the Politecnica, the Polytechnic University of Valencia, which is about a 15-minute walk from our center. So that would be your base for your engineering courses. As we said, those are taught in English. You don't have to worry about that, but we do have in our center a Spanish only policy. So So part of the program is helping you become more fluent in Spanish. All of our students live with host families around the city. Generally, students who are on the engineering program live sort of between where our center is and the Polytechnica. So you're sort of have easy access to both campuses. Well, the campus and our building. So our center, our center is located near the University of Valencia. So it's sort of a university part of the city. It's an urban setting. So there isn't a set campus or grounds like we have here at UVA. It's a really nicely appointed building. You'll have your classrooms there for your Spanish faculty, and your program directors, on-site support staff all have their offices there. It'll be a place where you can go and study together in the evenings. You'll have access to the library to go in. So that home base is where there'll also be students who are just on the Spanish language program, which is where you would have most of your interactions with them. Some shots of our area. So again, University of Virginia in Valencia. That's the meeting hall, the new reception area. There's a bulletin board there, and they're going to post information constantly about films, concerts, different events going on in the city. So you will want to be spending some time there, because that's where you're going to get a lot of your connections to outside of the program. So as we said, you have to take at least one Spanish language course, and then you would take your engineering courses. This fall semester has been shortened. So the program will not require you to get a visa for the fall. Benefit of that is we don't know what the situation will be like over the summer when you would be having to go apply for visas at consulates around the country. It saves you the visa fee. The program cost has been reduced to account for that, but it also means that you have to just go on those dates, September 6th to December 4. If you're traveling on a US passport, you can be in the zone, the Schengen zone in Europe for 90 days. So those are your 90 days. So for this fall, most programs have switched to shorter semesters just to avoid the visa issues that could come up. So here's your list of the engineering courses. You can see which ones are offered fall only, spring only. This is also on our website, valencia.virginia.edu. There's a slide with that at the end, but should be pretty easy to remember. So you again would choose 3, 4, sometimes people choose 5 of these, especially if it's, you know, the physics lab. And then you would choose a Spanish course. So I know we were talking before the meeting started about the level. In the semester for engineers, we offer the 2010 intermediate or the 2020 advanced intermediate. So depending on if you had Spanish in high school, you may test into or even beyond that level of Spanish. If you took an AP exam in Spanish, you can test in or beyond those levels. So we ask students, if you didn't already, take the placement exam through the Spanish department's website and figure out where you place. And then we can work with you on deciding which Spanish class would be best, or how best to get some Spanish in over the summer. So another great thing that they do over there are practicas. There's non-credit bearing service learning internships. So it's a great way to get out in the community, interact, use your language, your Spanish language in a different context. A lot of the practicas are in schools helping students with their English, anywhere from elementary to high school age students. But you can see here some of the other areas that there have been practicas for in the past. 1 to 3 hours a week. They vary. So what would happen is during your on-site orientation, usually it's during the second week of the program, they're going to do a presentation, go through everything that's available for the semester, what any sort of language requirement would be, how many hours a week. And then after that presentation, you would let them know which ones you're interested in. There is a questionnaire on the application asking you just sort of generally what area you'd be interested in, just so we can give a heads up to our staff over there. If we have a bunch of people interested in law, for example, maybe he could reach out to the law office and ask if they could take an extra intern. But your actual signing up for those would happen in Valencia, and you don't have to say you want an internship on the questionnaire on the application to get one once you're there. So if you're not sure, you can wait, get the full presentation on site, and then make that decision. So again, these are some specific ones that have happened. We're not sure necessarily what the education or medical ones will look like. Hopefully by fall, the vaccination rates will be high enough that it won't be an issue, but we have to wait and see. So as I said, we have fully dedicated staff there, aside from the faculty who teach the Spanish and your faculty at the Polytechnica. We have staff that are just there to help you have an amazing experience. So they're going to organize different activities throughout the week. They're there to help you at the front desk. You saw that photo of the reception area. If you have any questions about anything, part of your program fees provide you with a bus and metro pass. And when it's empty, you take it into that reception desk and they'll recharge it for you. They can help you figure out if, like when I was a student there, I took a yoga class. My daughter did flamenco dance. So they can help you find different activities and things like that throughout the city. And obviously, if you have any problems or issues with anything, with your classes, with your host family, with anything, they're there to help you with that as well. So generally about a month or two before the session starts, I will send you a whole an email with a bunch of PDFs of everything that they've planned ahead of time. And then, like I said, they'll use that bulletin board, their Facebook page, and announcements to let you know as different things come up. So again, we don't know what travel is going to look like this fall. So hopefully there won't be any more restrictions. There could be weekend restrictions. There could be stay in the city restrictions or stay in the Valencia community restrictions. So obviously we'd let you know if any of those exist, if it's Spain, if it's the Iberian Peninsula region, city. But as you can see here, the Valencia region has a lot of beautiful coastline, but also runs fairly decently inland. So I just have a few shots here to show you some of the different things. So if you're restricted, it still doesn't mean you're stuck necessarily just in the city. There's beautiful beach towns all up and down the coast, national parks, inland, waterfalls, you know, ancient cities with the ruined castles on the hill. So there's plenty to do and see. So, you know, some students have been concerned about that, but I think exploring the region would still be such a rich experience that I wouldn't let that be a factor in your decision to go or not. So again, a little more about Valencia. It's the third largest city in Spain. So it's Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia. Again, we're on the coast. Very mild climate year round. It is easy to travel. So hopefully if travel is open, trains, buses, flights out of Valencia are very easy for you to access. And again, if you can have longer weekends and travel around Spain, we really encourage you to do that. It's such an amazing, rich culture. And then of course, depending on conditions, if you can manage a trip somewhere else, that would be wonderful. So Valencia itself is in its third millennia. So this area here in the photo is where the cathedral. Behind the cathedral is where the old crossroads of the foundation of the city when the Romans founded it is located, and it's now my favorite museum. It's called the Almoina, and you can walk around where the old Roman streets were, and see the foundations of different buildings. Last time I was there, they even uncovered some skeletons that are just sort of there on the side of the wall as you're walking by. And then the new, this is part of the City of Arts and Sciences. Calatrava is an architect from Valencia, and he developed this and a lot of other things you may recognize, but this is a concert hall, an IMAX theater and planetarium. This is the Prince Felipe Science Museum. And then at the end of this complex is the aquarium. It's the largest aquarium in Europe, and they will do a group tour for you all to go and see that when you're there for a discounted rate. Some more shots to make you want to spend a semester in Spain. Okay, so generally, hopefully it'll happen this year, but again, we don't know yet. In the fall, they do offer a trip during your fall break to walk the last 10 days of the Camino de Santiago. It's one of the ancient pilgrimage routes. So you do the last 10 days and end up in Santiago de Compostela. So it's a small group that goes with our staff member, Vicente. He's done the Camino many, many, many times. So there's more information about that on the website, and we'll talk to you about it during pre-departure and once you're there as well. But if it's an option, I would really recommend doing it. I think it's a unique experience, and students who've done it really have raved about it. And again, hopefully you will be able to travel. That is one of the great things. There are day trips built in. So this shot here is Peníscola. It's a city midway between Valencia and Barcelona. And they always do, usually in the fall, it's the first Saturday you're there. So your host mom packs a lunch and you hang out on the beach and have your lunch. And then in the afternoon, you do a group tour of the old castle and beautiful views up there. A lot of times I think that trip in the fall coincides with like a vintage car show. So all along the boardwalk near the beach are all these beautiful old cars. So definitely that one is built in, it's free. You just show up and get on the bus and do that trip. So I would recommend Peníscola for sure. And as I said, you know, Spain is so varied and rich. There's so much to see. Each region is sort of its own country. You know, has its own food traditions, sights, sounds, languages. So I would enjoy Spain to its fullest. So here's just another shot of the city looking out towards that City of Arts and Sciences. So this is called El Rio, the river. Doesn't look very rivery because in 1957 there were terrible floods. So they diverted the water around the city and converted that into a park. So it runs like the whole north and east. So it would have been the river border of the old walled city. It's marked with kilometer markings, and there's running trails, bike rentals, bike trails, soccer pitches, kids playgrounds. There's an opera house there. Again, the City of Arts and Sciences. So people say, oh, I'll see you at the Rio. That's what they mean. It's a great, green, lively part of the city, and sort of separates where the old city was from other little towns that have now become part of the city. So we've extended the application deadline. It is rolling, and the earlier people apply, the better, but you can apply as late as June 1st for fall and October for spring. You would probably still need a visa in spring, so we need some extra time there to be sure you can get that. So the overall requirements are 2.5 GPA. There is a petition process if you don't have a 2.5, so you could reach out to me or to Ms. Drake or Mr. Elsie, and we can talk to you about that. Again, we need you to have at least that year of college level Spanish or the equivalent. So if you didn't do Spanish in high school, that may be something you could do over the summer at a community college, you know, do one of the UVA classes, get some Spanish in so that you'll be ready for either the 2010 or 2020. Applications are on our website, thestudyabroad.virginia.edu. And then there is the specific engineering site within that Valencia, Virginia EDU website. Again, and my contact is there, EAW5CF. Applications are open. Like I said, it's rolling admission. So as people complete them, we review them and let you know if you're conditionally accepted. We're not doing full acceptances yet, but we're pretty confident that fall is going to run. We're accepting people for summer and hoping that, but we're much more confident that fall is going to be an option for folks to get abroad this year. So, are there any questions?
How many UVA students typically study in Valencia each semester?
Great. Yeah. So our engineering programs have been in the high teens, low 20s, but overall our fall semester usually ranges from 50 to 80 students, and spring is maybe 80 to 100. And we accept students from all over the US. So it's usually about half to 2/3 are UVA students, and the rest come from other universities. So if you know people at other schools and you want to spend a semester with them, this can be a great option. So we do have a mix of students during the semester, but it is a lot of UVA students.
Liz, in the fall of 2020, which didn't happen, we had 45 UVA students sign up and 1 student from another university. So that would have been record enrollment.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to note that we're trying to grow the program. This is it's not a competitive application. Meet the requirements, you're in. It's not like we have a ceiling and we can only, accept a certain number of students. We don't have any limits.
Yep. And we do have like a Penn State engineering sends a lot of, they're interested in the program, and we're just actually been approved by Miami, Ohio to be their engineering program abroad. So that's very exciting. So spread the word.
Liz, I don't know if you were gonna mention, that you can actually save tuition money by doing a semester in Valencia, and I think that's something that parents would also be very interested in knowing. That you can actually save money.
So let me show you quickly on the website. So again, Education Abroad, Virginia EDU. If you go to programs, search for a program. Mine, of course, pops up because I type it all the time, but put Valencia there in the program name and hit enter. And then when you click on the program, so this is where you would send your parents or whoever holds the purse strings. There are the budget sheets. They don't really jump out at you, but they are here. So if we pull up for fall, your SIS bill would for in-state $13,370, out-state $14,700. That's tuition, fees, housing, 3 meals a day, laundry once a week, the bus and metro pass, gym membership, and those day trips, and then of course, the support from the staff. There's a group flight offered out of JFK Airport. If you opt onto that flight, it would be added to your SIS. So it wouldn't be something you'd pay necessarily up front. It would just be on your SIS. And if you get financial aid, once that hits, it would take care of that. Of course, you can fly on your own. And then these are just other costs to develop your estimated cost of attendance. If you're traveling all over the place or eating out all the time, these numbers will be different, but your billables are here.
And for an out-of-state student, approximately, what would be the savings by spending a semester in Valencia?
Oh, are you asking me or are you asking them?
Yeah, well, I was asking you, Liz. Any idea what if you're an out-of-state student? I know that is going to be a better deal. You're going to save more, but I think it's even for in-state students, it's also less than if you're at UVA on. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what fall next year looks like for the engineering semester out of state.
Yeah,
No,
true.
it's most certainly less for in-state as well. And significantly less for out of state.
Yeah.
I have kind of an unrelated question about like the money, but so I'm a second year and I was supposed to go to Valencia this year. So I was just wondering if you guys were thinking about expanding the course offerings for potentially third years who want to go who missed out on it this year.
We aren't right now, I think, with adding the ones that we've added for spring. Yeah, we aren't necessarily. The issue is we need, because it's just our students and students who've signed up from other universities through us taking these courses, we need critical mass, right? We need ideally 6 people to do a class. They've done them with 4 or 3. But if one person signs up for physiology for engineers, one signs up for engineering or software development methods, and one signs up for systems concepts, we can't do, we can't have one person in a class. So, I mean, if you found 4, 5, 6 other third years who want to go and there's a specific class or 2 you need, we could definitely work on that. But
There's another way of doing it. If you have to take the course and you're required to take a certain course or 2, you can do this online. And students have. And now it used to be where online, not all faculty were comfortable in offering or be able to allow the students to participate remotely, but now everyone is doing everything remotely. So you could do it that way and even take more than one Spanish class. You could take 2. And it's really, I think minimum requirement is 12 credits. So if you really want to go, I think you can do it. Just, I'd be happy to talk to you more about it if you'd like to drop me an email.
and then,
Okay, thank you.
and just so you know, in that scenario, if say you were taking a class or 2 online and there's 1 or 2 engineering that you need or a Spanish, we also do have the politics of Western Europe, politics of Latin America, and intro to social psych that are taught in English. So as long as you have 1 Spanish, those also could be courses that could work for you. Any other questions tonight?
I mean, I suppose if you had the flexibility to be able to, take care of either, have enough AP credit coming in combined with, taking humanities and social science electives, unrestricted electives. If you happen to be minoring in Spanish or something like that, you could put a semester's worth of work together and make that work in your schedule. Without having to worry about finding the engineering courses.
There's 2 students, or basically one had said, I'm a third year, so there's at least 2 of us, and then another student also. I mean, that's something that it was difficult and challenging enough to put together the course offerings that we have right now. But Liz, I think, and Dana, it's something that if time goes by, I would imagine we're always assessing and evaluating the program and how we can expand on it. So, but I think you can be in Valencia and take some of the required courses online. But what about the Politecnica? Are they offering courses that students could take, or Liz?
They are, but they may be on a different calendar. So sometimes that doesn't necessarily, they do have other programs geared toward US students that follow the same sort of calendar that we have, but I don't know if it would be the shortened 89 days. So I think the best bet would be either doing the 1 or 2 required courses online and then mixing and matching, or like I said, recruiting 3 or 4 people, and then we can work on, you know, you all need 1 class and there's 4, 5, 6 people that all need whatever, we can work on trying to get that set up. So it looked like, were there more questions in the chat or no? Anyway, well, Maya's checking the chat to see if there's any more questions. So on the landing page of Education Abroad, you're going to want to keep an eye on this international travel coronavirus, especially COVID considerations. That's going to have the most recent information, official information about all sorts of things. Lots of, you know, the new withdrawal, cancellation, refund policy is posted there. Different timelines that we're thinking we'll hear more from university administration about the lifting of the current restriction on international student travel, some safety considerations. So that's a good page to look at. And then if you are thinking of education abroad, under getting started, there's lots of information about, you know, your checklist of all your steps you need to take. There's a workshop that you complete before you can open your application. So you can link to that here. A lot of information about finances. Again, you saw it is less expensive for you than staying here, but there's information about financial aid, scholarships. You know, you would choose the Valencia program, how to apply. So there's a lot of information. And then, you know, there's parent and family section here. So if your parent's concerned or wants more information, of course, they can reach out to me, but there is a lot of information on the website for parents and families as well.
There is a question in chat regarding the possibility of taking UVA classes online while we're in Valencia. Yes, you're able to. I don't know, there is a staff person who sets it up, and now that we are so, all of us are so polished in using Zoom, I'm not sure that that would be the way to go about making the arrangement online remotely. But I can, if you're really interested, I know that we've had a couple of students who did take their courses in Valencia. So I would imagine it wouldn't be a problem as long as the faculty who's teaching the course would be open to it. So please feel free to reach out to Dana or our office, and we can help you with that. And I can direct you to whom you should talk to. And actually what I'll do is I'll actually email the person tomorrow, and yeah, just feel free to reach out and I can give you some answers.
Okay, well, thank you to Liz and Maya, and thank you all for joining us. Thank you for your attention, and stay in touch and let us know how we can help you on your way to Valencia.
Thank you.
And spread the word.
Indeed. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, I'll stop the recording.